Hello everyone, welcome to Pilates with me again. So today we are going to be talking about something that's really close to my heart, and that is scoliosis, which is curvature of the spine from the front and back, as opposed to Sherman's, which is curvature of the spine from the side, where you get a rounded posture or extended lower back. So scoliosis is really, honestly, there's no explanation to it. You are sometimes born with it. It is luck of the draw. It's sometimes due to weakness of the bones, poor posture, etc., etc. In my case, it is something that I believe that has developed having one leg shorter than the other. I've been leaning to one side my whole life. Also, being very, very small growing up, my bones were obviously not as strong. And so leaning to one side my whole life and pulling into that side, I developed a lumbar curve. And then your body always tries to pull itself back into the plumb line. It always tries to pull itself straight, in which case my upper right thoracic spine started pulling itself to the right, trying to pull it into a lengthened spine, as opposed to me leaning all the way to the left all the time. So it really isn't something that you can blame yourself for. It's not something that you really have control over. And all I can suggest is just keeping an eye on your child when they're younger, looking to see if they have any discrepancies in their legs, if they have any poor posture. If you notice they might not even have a discrepancy in their leg and they will be leaning more to one side, in which case they're using more of those muscles, and then your body's try to balance itself out. So just be very aware of your kid growing up, and if you do see any discrepancies, take them to the doctor. I mean, there's things that are improving scoliosis as we speak. They can put, if their leg is shorter than the other, they can wear a little inner sole to lift that leg up. They can put it on every shoe. And then, in my opinion, you know, braces work to a certain extent, but it all comes down to muscles, not just holding your skeletal posture. There's no point in holding your skeletal posture in place if you're not going to work the muscles, because as soon as you take the brace off, you're just going to release everything and it's going to go back out of place. So in my opinion, muscles are the most important thing. When your skeletal system is letting you down, you use your muscles to pull your skeletal system back into place, and vice versa. The skeletal system works with the muscles. So we are going to discuss a thoracic curve first, which is a curve in your upper body. So now I have a thoracic curve to the right. You may have a thoracic curve to the left, okay? But we're going to be discussing about the right. Now, when your spine curves, when you have scoliosis, it isn't just a curve to the side like that. It's a curve with a rotation. So my spine curves to the right, which means it curves to the right as well. If you've got a right side curve, then it rotates to the right as well. If it's a left side curve, then it rotates to the left, if that makes sense. So if you can see my spine, it will do this, okay, just in that thoracic region, which means it rotates to the right because it's trying to pull itself into place, which means my spine will start rotating in that direction, which leads to a whole lot of other complications. If your spine is rotating to the right, then your chest gets pushed in. So my one boob gets pushed in more, and then your shoulder rotates further forward. Whereas on this side, it's now going to open up more, and there's going to be less muscle here, and there's going to be too much muscle here. So we are going to work the discrepancies today. So if you have a right thoracic curve, you'll do everything like I say. And if you have a left thoracic curve, then obviously you're going to be working it in the opposite direction. But also, please do me a favor. Don't just assume you have scoliosis by looking at it. Don't just think you are going to cure it by doing these exercises over and over and over and over again. This is purely a borderline of a right thoracic curve, but please go to a doctor first and assess it, get MRIs, get x-rays, get whatever he suggests you get just to figure out what's going on in your body first. And then once you know what your spine and your body is doing, then do some research, do some exercises, do this video. Okay, so guys, all you're going to need for this is a roller, if you've got one. If you don't have a roller, pillows work absolutely fine, and a flex band. Okay. Oh, and we're also going to try and create the opposite effect of the rotation of your spine. So you will need a little book. Now, I don't mean a thin book, and I don't mean a thick book. I want you to have a decent size, maybe 1 centimeter. And again, it all depends on the curvature of your spine. If you've got a massive curve in your thoracic spine, you're going to need a bigger book. If you've got a slight curve, you need a smaller book. Okay, so we're going to take it and we're working it so that it's one section. You might have 2 curves and you might only have 1 curve. Okay, so the next video will be discussing the lower lumbar curve, but this video we discuss thoracic. So when you're on your hands and your knees, you're going to be having the book underneath your left hand if you've got a curve to the right side. And what this is now doing is, if you look at me from the front, if I do not have the book, my hand, you can now see that my shoulder on the right is higher than my shoulder on the left. And this is purely because my spine rotates to the right. Okay, so by adding the book in, do you see how my shoulders are now level, and it's rotating my spine to the left naturally? So it's getting that position, as opposed to what's happening naturally with the curvature is that position. Okay, so placing the hands, one on the mat, one on the book. You're going to have your knees directly underneath your hips, locking your shoulders down, pulling the belly button to spine. We're going to do cat stretches. So you take a deep breath in. You exhale, tilt the pubic bone forward and round that spine up, dropping the head down to look at the knees. You breathe in, pressing into the hands, and then you're going to exhale, roll it up. Now, what you're going to feel with the book is it actually allows you to stretch more into those muscles that you don't usually stretch because you're too busy leaning on the right side. So you're going to scoop, you're going to curve, you're going to round, push, and lift. Hold it there, breathe in, and then exhale, bring it all the way back to neutral. Let's just do that one more time. Exhale, you're going to roll up. Squeeze the bum to the nose, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring it back to a neutral position. Now hold this position. We're going to do left arm, right leg. So we'll do 2 sets with the left arm and the right leg, and we'll do 1 set with the right arm and the left leg. The reason being is if your spine curves to the right, your left is weaker and your right lower back is weaker. So we need to work it a lot more to pull the spine into position. So on your hands and your knees, you're going to lift your left arm, right leg, which is the weaker arm in the leg. Now just take that left arm out to the side into a beautiful little airplane. You're going to hold it here, and we're going to lower the arm and leg down, and then you're going to exhale, lift it up. Lower down and exhale, lift it up. Just keep that palm flat and facing the mat. You're going to feel a burn in your right shoulder now. Engage the core. We're going to go for 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Hold it up and pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Bring it all the way back in. Now we release it, give it a breather, and go to the other side. So it's going to be left leg back, right arm forward first just to get alignment, and then move it out to the right side. You're going to inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. You're going to inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Now focus on your hips. You want to keep those hips in a lovely neutral spine. You're leaning on the book, you're locking the shoulders down. We go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it up, pulse it up and down, 4, 10. Pull the belly button in. There's no point in working your muscles if you're not engaging your core. 3, 2, and hold, and then gently release it and relax it down. We're going to go into the other side. Remember, we're doing 2 sets. So left arm, right leg again. You take that left arm out to the side, and we're going to inhale, drop, and exhale, lift. Keep your chin lifted. I don't want to see you hanging your head like this. You've got to strengthen that thoracic spine, strengthen the cervical spine. Get into it. We're going to go for another 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, and now pulse that arm and leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold, and gently release it. Relax it down. Now just move the book out to the side. Because your spine rotates to the right, you now need to rotate it deliberately to the left. So you're only going to take the right arm, thread it underneath the left armpit, reach your left hand to the top of the mat, come up onto the fingertips, and just try and peek underneath your left armpit. But now you're going to squeeze your tummy in, and you're going to push your hips to the right. And this is going to feel beautiful on that spine. And if you can imagine, you're now rotating that spine to the left, just giving it a stretch to what it's not used to, because it's used to rotating to the right throughout the whole day. Hold it for 30 seconds. And then release it, relax it, press it all the way back up. Now, another thing we're going to do is exactly the same that we did on our hands and our knees, but it's more effective coming onto the tummy, because now you've got gravity pushing into your rib cage, because with the scoliosis, the one rib cage is going to rotate and it's going to stick out more. So by pushing down into the mat, it has no choice but to be straight. Okay, there's no dropping into the shoulder, no lifting on the one side. So again, you're going to take your left hand to the side, and you're going to take the right arm out to the side, but we're only going to be working left arm, right leg. So the tip of the nose stays on the mat, and you just exhale, lift up, keeping the nose on the mat, and inhale, lower down. You're going to do it 10 times, engage in the core, 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Hold that arm and leg up, still looking down. Pulse it up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and then gently release it down. Take your thumbs to the nipples, push it back to shell stretch. So you can do as however many sets you want on that side. Just remember, work the left arm, right leg a little bit more, just to pull that spine into place. Now you're going to roll it up, and I want you to grab hold of the roller. So now we need a little bit of gravity, we need a little bit of force to move that thoracic spine from this position to that position. So you're going to take the roller, and it's very important, if you've got a curve to the right side, the roller is just going to sit on that right side of your chest. So you want it just on that shoulder blade, okay? Obviously, if you've got a curve to the other side, then it will go on the left side. So you're trying to find a nice comfy position here. Reach the bottom arm out. Try rest your head down on that bottom arm. And now this is the most important movement. It's taking that arm over and reaching. Now it's going to stretch into the tight muscles here. Take that top leg out, should be the left leg. Reach it out and just breathe. Now you can imagine, if you were looking at my skeleton, the curve is forced to be pressed into the opposite direction. You can even grab hold of the top hand and you can give it a little extra pull. And also remember your spine is now rotating to the right, so you can also slightly lean backwards, and it's really going to push into that twisted spine and it's going to make it nice and straight. Now don't get me wrong, doing this once isn't going to automatically put your spine back into position. You've got to keep repeating, working those muscles. And then the muscles will do all the work and hopefully start to pull the spine into position. You're never going to have 100% straight spine, but you can work the muscles so that it looks a lot straighter. Release it. Try hold that position for 30 seconds. You can do it twice, whatever feels good on the body. Okay, you're going to move that out the way. And what I want you to do is grab your flex band now. So we've got 2 more little exercises for that spine. You're going to extend your legs forward. Now, if you struggle to sit with your legs straight with no pillow, then grab a pillow, sit on the pillow, and that's going to lengthen up your spine. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting like this, which is what I do not want. You're going to lengthen up, open it up. You're grabbing the strap, and the strap is actually going to wrap around your right foot, and you're going to tie a little loop at the bottom of the strap, just so that that foot is holding the strap nicely. Pull on it, make sure you don't lose it. Now I'm going to show you from the front, and then I'll show you from the side. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to hold the strap quite tight, take your left hand, take it behind your back, okay? Because remember, we're trying to round your left shoulder more. We're trying to open up the right shoulder more. So you're going to pull the strap and you're keeping that elbow in line. Now, if it's too tight, loosen it, okay? You have to gauge what you can manage here. Now, you want that wrist in line with the elbow and the elbow in line with the shoulder. And then all you're going to be doing, don't get the bottom of it caught, all you're going to be doing is squeezing those abs and try and rotate that hand up and then release it down. Now that's way too tight, so I'm going to loosen it. I'm going to pull. That's a lot more comfortable. Just so that you can feel tension, but not so much that it feels like you are going to sweat or pull a muscle. So you're going to exhale, rotate, and then inhale, bring it in. Engage your core, exhale, rotate. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, bring it in. Now just remember, because you've got scoliosis, it doesn't mean that the one shoulder is stronger than the other shoulder. It means certain parts of different shoulders are stronger. So the muscle we're working on this side is just in that serratus, so it's that lower muscle, and we're trying to pull this part of that shoulder back. So we've got to work those muscles. And then the left arm just sits comfortably while it starts tightening here. Now you're going to pull it again, and we're going to try hold it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it, relax it. Whew. So you might feel like you can only do one set of those, which is okay. Start small, go bigger as you become stronger. Okay, so you're going to remove that loop off of the foot, and we're going to do one last exercise, and we're going to come to standing. So now when you do this, you're going to be standing with your left foot on the bottom of the strap. Feet hip-width distance apart. Relax the shoulders down. Now you've got to tighten up the strap quite a bit. So you want that tension so that you feel like it's pulling you down here already. It might even work to go all the way down and then just pull it up into that position. Now all we're doing is, again, we're working these muscles that are underneath the shoulder blade that are weak on the left side. So you're going to exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg, and then just naturally pull that left arm up and then bring it back to center. You're going to exhale, do it again, and bring it up. So again, if you can imagine, you're looking just at my skeleton, we are counteracting the direction that your spine is going. So we're pushing the spine inwards and we're lifting that left shoulder up, because naturally, if you've got a thoracic curve to the right, your left shoulder drops down and your right shoulder hikes up. So we're just counteracting. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, last 1, 2, last 2, and last 1. Now you're just going to hold it there. Just keep it here, reach. You might even start to feel this muscle pulling down and pushing. It's pushing into the spine. It's making it straight, getting it in the direction that it should be. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and relax it. Again, you can do however many sets you guys feel comfortable doing. It might feel a little bit awkward in the beginning, especially after you do the workout. You might feel, oof, you know, those weaker muscles are a little bit sore. You might even get a little bit of a pain just behind in that left shoulder blade, and vice versa. If you've got a thoracic curve to the left, you might get a little pain just behind that right shoulder. But either way, do this, work it out, and then you will start to gradually see those muscles that are weaker forming, and then those muscles that are stronger just starting to relax a little bit, and you'll feel so much more comfortable. So I hope that helped, and I wish you luck on your scoliosis journey, and enjoy. Take care of yourselves, guys.